best friend. Listen, big ol' booty bitch, message from Texas. What's next? I'm a skeeto, little nigga, come catch me, catch me. And that's my bestie, my bestie, my best friend. Go best friend, go best friend, go best friend. Go best friend, go best friend, go best friend, go best friend, 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 best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. I'm a skeeto, little nigga, go catch me, catch me. And that's my bestie, my bestie, my best friend. Go best friend. Nigga living TTG and everything, he still on fleek. Bad bitch rolling with me, she gon' smile cause she on fleek. $100,000 at my pay, my shit on fleek. Yeah. That's my best friend, that's my best friend. Holly. And that's my bestie, my bestie, my best friend. Go best friend, that's my best friend. Listen, big ol' booty bitch, message from Texas. What's next? I'm a skeeto, little nigga, go catch me, catch me. And that's my bestie, my bestie, my best friend. Go best friend. Nigga living TTG and everything, he still on fleek. Bad bitch rolling with me, she gon' smile cause she on fleek. $100,000 at my pay, my shit on fleek. Big ol' booty bitch, message from Texas. What's next? I'm a skeeto, little nigga, come catch me, catch me. And that's my bestie, my bestie, my best friend. Go best friend, go best friend, go best friend. Go best friend, go best friend, go best friend, go best friend, 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 best friend.
Get it, Josh. Get it. Try to give me 3 lines. See if you can freestyle.
3 lines? I can't freestyle, but we're live.
Are we live?
We are live. I'm here with Josh Box. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. I haven't been. I know I dick tease y'all all the time and say, see y'all next week. But I've got my live streaming capabilities temporarily banned for don't know why, don't know when, don't know how. And I don't know if it was last episode, like, we're just like abruptly ended. I just got kicked off the internet. So I don't know what's going on. I don't want to sound like Alex Jones, but
The sky's falling.
it is, dude. What do you think about Alex Jones?
I think there is some truth to what he says, but he's out there. Not as much as you, but he's out there.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I think the internet's going down because of maybe something that you're watching that you shouldn't be watching. See, now, I don't believe that all of these cameras are strictly for this podcast. I think these cameras do other things.
Hey, you got to pay the bills, my guy.
Hey.
Okay, hold on.
He's multitasking here, guys. This episode is sponsored by Propel. Buy this electrolyte water beverage, berry flavor. It is very nasty.
You don't like Propel?
I really don't, because it goes back when my wife, we went to New Orleans when she was 7 months pregnant, and the only water that we drank was Propel water. And this was, see, my son will be 13 this year, so this was 12 and a half years ago. But I'm going to drink it now. And to be honest, that weekend, I have not taken a sip of Propel water until I came over here.
You're welcome, my guy. You're welcome. Justin Stevens says he likes Alex Jones. See, Alex Jones, I feel like he's his own, not to just blow right by your Propel.
No worries.
No shade on my Propel. No, Alex Jones, he's got valid points. And a lot of times you can go and verify the shit he's saying is like legitimate. It's when he doesn't stop and he starts talking about how they're psychic vampires and, you know.
Yeah, but there's a way that you can present it to your audience to make it come off more authentic.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't think he meets that bar.
Well, he faced a lot of shade when he was going through his divorce, and his wife was, for when they were fighting for custody, he was talking about his competency, or am I saying that right? Is that the right word? Being competent? Yeah. And he said, "No, I'm not crazy. That's just a character I play." So now his fans is like, "Are you a shill?" Blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that people do pander to their audience, because
what?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, you have to do what you have to do in order to stay alive. If you don't pander to your audience, you get coronavirus. It's facts. It happens.
I don't know anything about the coronavirus. Is that new, or I'm just kidding? We'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
But he might.
Let's not get into that because I don't want it.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Are we going to do a coronavirus test? What do you call it? Challenge?
Oh, God. Have y'all seen this? This is why I say I identify as a whatever age makes me out of this generation.
How old are you?
What year are we in? 2020. I'll be 29 in June.
Jeez, man, I just turned 36.
Dude, like, oh, man. We all have, like, our masters in, like, gender studies. And
it's 57 of
here's this new challenge. It's called the Coronavirus Challenge. And they have this bitch that is on an airplane and licks a toilet seat. I hope you get dick cancer, woman.
She probably already
did. It's 2020. She has a dick.
Oh, yeah.
She identifies as a person that has a dick. But no, that's so dumb. Not to mention the ones that go countless, like the large crowds on the beach in Florida. Have you seen the numbers?
I have seen the numbers, but going back to, okay, look. So what was that lady doing? She was pandering to her audience. Whatever you have to do to get the views, the ratings, whatever you have to do. And look, here we are talking about it. So
yeah, it's viral.
Is it literally? Now, you see what I do? But I mean, it some people, they're ahead of the curve, and they're like, oh,
you think they're
nasty.
innovative?
Yeah, I think what she did, was it nasty? Yes.
That way.
What am I doing?
Turn
my body.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
We got your shoulder.
Rock
the Mariners, my guy. Hey, y'all like my new thread, my new shirt?
I like it.
Now, people, I forgot what we were talking about. I'm just gonna move on.
Talking about the chick licking the toilet seat.
That's just too dumb to even fathom.
But is it? I mean, could she?
There's
not
a damn
have...
epidemic. Our entire society is shut down over this thing, and this bitch is licking toilets.
But how do you know she didn't hit that with some Lysol before she went live?
She probably did.
That's what I'm saying. So how is this stupid?
Fake news. I didn't think about that. Why? I just wanted to think she was dumb as shit. Some stupid.
I think she's smart.
Screw you.
She probably has
goes
10 million more followers. Oh, look at her. She's hot, man. She licks a toilet seat. What else will she lick? Let's follow her.
Good point. She licked that booty hole.
And if you do
Life's
that,
a salad, I'ma toss it. Eat that shit up. Rick Ross it.
If you lick the booty hole, from the memes that I'm seeing, it's a fact that you are immune to the coronavirus.
That's science.
Science.
Also, did you see that they changed the 5-second rule to a 3-second rule due to
did
health
see that.
concerns?
I did see
That's a
that.
fact. Now, people, you might notice this guy. He might look familiar to you. He is the guy from Underground Railroad on episode number
Underground Railroad. I am not Harriet Tubman. I am not Harriet
Underground Birmingham from episode number 49 we did a long time. Who's the guy with you?
Tubman. Jeff Newman.
Jeff Newman. Explain Underground.
All right, Underground Birmingham is basically we take all these toilet seats underground and we lick them. So follow the page on Facebook, Underground Birmingham.
That's not a very good selling point.
That's really not.
I'm
That's
just
really
kidding.
not.
No, what do y'all really do?
So Underground Birmingham, we do a lot with abandoned mines. They're in the Birmingham location. The Magic City was built upon the backs of iron workers, coal workers, industries. The stuff that that made men back then. So along with the Underground Birmingham stuff, exploring the abandoned mines, we also explore abandoned buildings, funeral homes, whatever is abandoned, whatever looks run down, whatever is in the least safe location, that's where we are.
And it's super interesting.
It
like,
is.
I wish I was like 6% prepared for this episode. I'd have some stuff to show y'all, but I don't. So
Now, 6%, is that the current death rate for the coronavirus?
it is. You saw what it did there?
I did see
That was
that.
nice. That was nice. It was. So, okay. So we're doing that. We'll get into your stuff. We'll talk about,
Okay.
we'll filter it in. We'll talk about, there's a lot of shit to break down. The coronavirus in a nutshell, because that's layered. Because I want to talk what we think of origin. I want you to talk about the severity of it. I want to talk about and then branch off of each of them. So,
Okay.
so we start off, we got the first people started getting sick in December with pneumonia, they thought. All right.
Right.
So December 31st is really pretty much when they were like, oh shit, this is like a lot of people. So January 1st, they shut down that seafood wholesale market. And then January 7th is when they finally declared that they are infected by a coronavirus.
Now, how did they come out and just say, how did they know it was a coronavirus?
How do you know?
I don't know. Because
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Well, it looks like coronavirus.
well, from what I'm seeing, all the symptoms are very vague. If
it's a
you're
conspiracy
tired,
theory itself.
yeah, if you're tired, if you stubbed your toe on Tuesday and you've got to take a crap on Thursday, you've got it,
I didn't think about that.
but
How
you
did
might
they
not
know?
have it. Yeah,
Before anyone died, too.
So yeah.
So it'd be different if they died and you'd be like, oh, there's this shit in there.
So pneumonia hits on December 31st, and then by the 7th, so 7 days after it hits,
Ow!
see, you stub your toe on a Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Thursday?
No, but okay, so you saying that is questionable? Like, okay, so maybe this is how they leaked it?
That, all right, so you have 7 days to come up with something that's plausible as far as what it is. I don't believe that they're Dr. House that they can sit here and I know exactly what it is.
Well, we know
think-
one guy who tried to tell us what it was, and he got detained
That's
and
true.
then died of said virus.
Did he kill himself?
I don't know, China. They're insane, dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
insane.
I don't want to get too far ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so we're trying to build a case here. So
Okay.
when you saying how do we know it's coronavirus? Are you saying maybe it was planted? Is it just naturally occurring? Because we've seen coronavirus before. That's not a new thing.
Right.
This is just a new strand, a super strand.
Yeah, 19, hashtag 19. That makes it the super strand.
So
I don't know.
I think it's man-made.
I think there's an argument for both sides. So if you're able to identify something within 7 days, and all the lack of symptoms that mirror basically the common cold or flu or what else have you, why did it only take you 7 days before you can that's exactly what it is,
Boom.
coronavirus.
A new one.
So unless
They know which animal it came from and everything.
which animal?
It went to like a possum or something because they know the last SARS or whatever it was in the Middle East that
Okay.
went from a bat to a camel.
I thought it was Bin Laden that was in the Middle East.
Yeah, they all are.
So it came from him.
I don't know. I don't. You're gonna get me into another conspiracy. I don't want to talk.
Sorry. So yeah, if we're going to conspiracies, where did this event originate from?
And Wuhan, China.
Wuhan, China. All right, so I'm going to build a case because I believe a case can be made on both sides. This is just something
And that's how I like it.
that
I like
happened.
people to think critically on both sides.
Yeah, because there's a case on both sides, and I mean, it just depends on what side you lean. All right, so Wuhan, not to be confused with the Wu-Tang Clan, it did not originate from them. Only good music originated from them.
Are you a Wu-Tang fan? Oh, sorry, I'm getting you sidetracked. Keep going.
Yes. All right, so let's talk about the protests.
Okay, protest.
Where
Now,
were the
where-
protests happening?
Were they in Hong Kong or were they in actually Wu-Tang? Wu-Tang. Whatever. Wuhan.
Let's just refer to it as Wu-Tang.
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 Wuhan is Wu-Tang.
Yeah. So don't get confused when we go to Wu-Tang. That's what we're talking about. We're talking
We'll
about
just say the
Wuhan,
source city.
Source City. All right. So I believe that there were protests in both cities. Correct.
Correct.
All right. So the authorities they were trying their best to combat every single protest. I mean, this was getting violent. People were dying left and right.
Bunch of ninja stars and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it was
I would assume.
it was very, very powerful. Watching that. Just to see this uprising movement. There was no way that they could stop it.
Right.
Unless
Unless this mysterious super coronavirus.
that only took 7 days to identify, that made people have to be in isolation, quarantine areas.
Correct. Now.
Are there protests going on right now?
No, that ended
What?
quick.
Now, why did it end?
Mass quarantines. Now let me go through my cycle of ideas of not ideas but thought process going through and tracking this and finding other sources outside of the mainstream media. I originally found where
You actually find sources in the mainstream media.
no.
Okay.
It's sad today that if you want credible source, you almost have a better chance going on YouTube. That's not where I found my sources, but like
You do have a point.
YouTube news is honestly you get better
I'm a
content.
Reddit guy here.
Reddit. Yeah, I can't tell you where I get mine, but
Gets it from his
there
mom.
is okay when it went bad, they were lying about the deaths, and they still are lying about the deaths. Apparently, this is a civilian leaking this, talking about our government's lying to you, and they were. And I told people this at work, and they were like, "You're insane." And then a video came out of them doing it,
Did they send you to
welding them into their entire apartment complexes that had infected people. They were welding the doors shut.
Did your place of employment send you for a drug test after you were?
Dude, I feel so bad, man. So I want to take a break. I know I'm everywhere. Just I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I do. I'm just all over the place.
All right,
I'm
so-
sorry.
I work where I work. They all called me like tinfoil hat guy. And I'm like, man, you're crazy. Because I don't jump on like flat Earth or reptilians. Like I like stuff that has like documented proof behind it.
What you know about flat Earth?
It's intriguing, but just some of it just doesn't make any sense. You're getting me distracted again.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna
No, keep doing
play
it
with my baseball
later. Sorry, I have a lot of shit in my brain, so I just need someone to guide it so I can just like spit it out with like verbal bukkake.
Okay. spit it out.
So I finally was just like, you know what? Let me show you this. So I showed him some evidence on what I got,
Okay.
and let's say he's convinced. He's deeper than I am, dude. He looked at me 2 Fridays ago, and he goes, "Josh, I wish I'd never would have met you." He's like, he's balls deep. He has all his money out of the bank. He told me, he's like, dude, if this isn't real, like, I might be in trouble, like with his wife and stuff.
Ouch.
Like, I feel
Ouch.
real bad. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna say your name, but it is scary. But and I'm not trying to like make someone I'm fear mongering people. I never do that. I never have my own theories. I bring up verifiable facts and I let you make up your mind on your own.
I would agree with that 100%.
Like, if you want to find the truth for anything, one, you got to go into it with it, take out any biased views, and
Which is
two,
hard to do.
you got to think outside the box. Three, accept any possibility as a possibility. Like, don't shut it down because, oh, that couldn't happen. Because most of the time it can. 9 times out of 10, if I'm talking a conspiracy with somebody, their initial response is, well, our government would never do that. And then 9 times out of 10, I go, they will and they have. And then I bring up declassified documents, and they're like, oh, what?
So 9 times out of 10, I thought you were actually going to say 9 times out of 11.
I'm not Joe Biden. Get the hell out of here. All right,
No, 9 times out of 11.
Oh,
The conspiracy
9/11.
that people go after.
Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one.
You gotta think of my way.
I feel you, dude. A lot of people, they give
But
you...
no, I do not believe that 9/11 was a conspiracy. I'm just going
At
to
all.
put that out there. I believe that there is knowledge. There is things that people knew.
That's a
was
conspiracy.
Was it government orchestrated? I do not believe that.
Complicit.
85%.
What's your definition of a conspiracy?
Man, that's tough to say.
You want to know my definition of a conspiracy?
Say it.
If anything knowingly happened that differs from what we were told, it is a said conspiracy.
Okay.
So literally right before you said that, I was about to kind of get into that because I got some shade from some chick not too long ago about it. And she's like, oh, there's just no way to... I was like, well... Because they immediately like debunk a certain aspect of the actual said conspiracy.
Right,
and they're like,
right.
oh, it's debunked. I'm like, that's not exactly true. Because I've said this 1,000 times. I'm going to say it again. If you don't like it, yeah. I read about 2,000 documents from the JFK latest release.
Right.
You did learn shit other than Hitler was alive and a few little details, but nothing really. But I did see that a common pattern on how things are handled, and it's just I keep seeing it over and over again. One, incompetence. They're like, oh well, we usually do it like this, but on this specific day, we just did. Jeffrey Epstein, for example,
Right.
both guards were asleep, cameras weren't on the guy that everyone, as soon as he got arrested, said his ass getting killed, and he still got suicided. And then you got let's see, what's another one? The Las Vegas shooting. It's safe to say Las Vegas Casino is probably one of the most surveillance stacked buildings in the world, other than maybe Pentagon.
Fort Knox, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? Stephen Paddock's floor, 17th floor, none of the cameras work. Moon landing. All the telemetry data is gone.
Moon landing was fake. That's a proven scientific fact.
Okay.
It's fake.
But they all have the same.
Not really. I don't know if it was or not. But,
I'm not smart enough to know.
there's
Mainly,
evidence on both
any
sides.
theory you have about the moon landing can just immediately be trumped by
Wait,
we
Trump.
yeah. It could be trumped by we went, but the footage is fake. You're like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go back to the what
was the original?
we're talking about the coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
And I was talking, what is it? Oh yeah, people lying saying there's so many deaths, and then they showed
Yeah.
one. There was 2 buildings they just burnt down. They said it was an accidental burnt, but they literally burnt that damn building. Two apartment complexes burnt to the ground.
Now were these abandoned?
No,
apartment
people were in
complexes?
them.
Oh wow.
They're welding doors shut.
Jeez.
Now, okay, what do you think about this? I know we're jumping across, but like, China's said, "Oh, we're all good now. We're opening the doors. Y'all can come in. We're good." Do you think? Okay, Catherine said, because I was thinking, okay, maybe they're just like in such desperate need to get their economy going that they're just like risking it for the biscuit. But she's saying that they're doing it intentional because they see a plateau and they want it to ramp back up.
Why would they want it to ramp back up?
I don't know.
Do you think it could have anything to do with the trade war that was going on between the U.S.
Quite
and
possibly.
China?
I don't look. We're the big kid. We're the bully in the playground. Anytime you talk about debt, it's all mute point.
But can't we just print money? Can't we just print money and pay everything off?
In a way,
Or would that create maybe hyperinflation, like the stimulus package?
okay. How does a hyperinflation exist if the entire world equal? No, you see what I'm saying? Say
I see what
say
you're
this
saying.
affects the entire planet, and the entire planet needs to print more money.
Except for Antarctica, can't affect that
But that's a safe zone that no one's allowed to go
unless
to.
it's melting.
It's not. It's actually.
What if
Do you know
Greta what's her name?
Thunberger.
What if Greta Thunberger created this to make everyone stop going to work because you saw the map of the pollution in China go from just this big smog infested city to like no pollution. What if Greta is behind this?
Are you taking AOC? If AOC was a drug, you're high on it right now. I know you're
No,
I know you're trolling right now.
Yeah, I totally am.
But no, the fun fact is when you talk about Antarctica,
Right.
everyone's talking about global warming, and no one calls people out on their bullshit. That's what makes me think, like, either side, you know, like you have the Fox, you have the
Right.
CNNs, and they call them out on certain things, and then just don't even bring up certain other things, and you're like, okay, are they working together? Okay, when Florida was supposed to be underwater by 2020, now they moved it to 2050, and well, if we don't change the president, the world will end. No, it won't. It hasn't.
That was a very, very good Bernie Sanders impression.
Oh,
right
it wasn't
there.
being Bernie. That's just how I talk.
Oh.
I'm just messing.
Oh.
Was it? I'm terrible at Bernie Sanders.
No,
That was the best one I've ever
thought-
done. It's just not that great.
Maybe seeing, the arm
I don't
movement.
know what I'm doing. I am openly being fucked by the Democratic Party, but I'm going to continue to defend them.
But, it's kind of like, what was the governor that was running, or the senator or whatever, that was in Alabama, not the Tuberville, whatever case, but Roy Jones. Not the boxer, not Roy Jones Jr., but like the dude that was going to malls and, talking to little kids and stuff.
Oh yeah, Yeah,
All right,
I remember that.
So yeah, you have Biden. Here we go. I'm going to go off the deep end right here. What if the coronavirus was created solely for the purpose of creating that 6-foot barrier that Joe Biden flex? See what I'm saying? You can't whisper in people's ears. So what if this was the DNC that created this in order to keep Joe Biden from...
They got a lot more to worry about than a 6-foot barrier. They can't
That's
let the
true.
man speak for longer than two
That's
minutes.
true.
He cusses out his own voters. He's done it 6 times in this campaign.
But
His
in his-
own voters.
but
He
in-
goes,
You're full of shit.
But
You're a lion dog show, dog pony show.
in his defense, though, is he not getting that from Trump? I mean, because that's basically...
no, he's not. He's just dumb.
Yeah, but that's what people love or loved about Trump. The media. Screw you. Punch him in the face.
Yeah, but Trump. Okay. I'll give you. Maybe it is just a shitty, terrible attempt at a version of Trump. But Trump did that when they're like openly or being critical towards him. His
True.
own voters walk up to him and give him a valid question, and he's just like, "Go vote for somebody else." Like, what?
You have a point there. Yeah.
How about this?
How about those
Okay.
AR-14s?
Yeah. Well, no, we're going to. I know we'll screw it. I don't care. We'll cover what we cover. All right. So
Wu-Tang?
how about you know how the exit polls versus whatever,
Yes.
they differ at some certain points.
Right. The exit polls
Have you
generally
checked, have you
lead
looked at in
Yeah, it doesn't look good for them.
what do you mean the difference or the vast,
Yes.
like we're talking 8 to 10% difference, and always leaning towards the establishment with this Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is my friend. I don't talk about people.
So,
We all knew Bernie, they weren't going to allow Bernie. But why? My question is, why is he so complicit on just allowing it? He just bending over and taking it. 2 times in a row.
I think, the first time, I don't believe he was aware of what was going on. Even though it was, in plain sight, you could see what was going on. But now, he's going to step back. He's going to assess the campaign and go from there. Last election, he fought to the very end against Clinton, which, if you fight to the very end against Clinton, the odds are not in your favor to survive. You can ask Jeffrey Epstein about that.
And a lot of other people.
Yeah. What is it, 50, 60?
Yeah, but he went on 38. That's what pisses me off. No, but the thing is, you say that, right?
Right.
But she just not only just okay, if you have a difference in political views, that's one thing, but she like shits on him as a person. She's like, no one likes him.
Right.
Like, he's a weirdo. He
So-
went on 38 campaign trips with her last year, and she
It's true.
blames him and his voters for not being elected. She blames everyone but herself.
It's true.
I made a comment
So
that
which way do you lean? Do you lean to the left? Do you lean to the right?
I'm
an independent. You know, I believe.
I have my own. I don't know. Leaning. What do you mean leaning?
I mean, you know.
What do you count as politics?
All right. So if you were to vote,
I would say I'm more of a. I don't even know if this is a thing. I'm
I'm a libertarian.
I'm
independent.
statistic.
Okay.
I want to take out all religion and morals.
You know,
And I need it to still be there. However, I don't think that has anything or should have anything to do with your politician. That should be a state.
I was having a conversation with my wife the other day, and I said, okay, if you were working for someone that was a flat out atheist, but he was paying you $1 million, or you're working for someone that has great moral beliefs,
Paid you a nickel.
pays you a nickel, which one are you going for?
$1 million.
So what does it matter what they believe? As
But no
long
one
as,
knows what they believe anytime. Any
That's true.
politician. You
That's
don't. They're pandering to their audience.
if I am for results, if the results are working,
Right.
I'm for you.
That's how it should be.
If that's Democrat,
If it makes
that's
sense for the
Republican,
betterment of the country,
right?
you should do it. If no one has a problem with you your entire life, you run for a president, then you fall for the propaganda machine and you think and then you just come up with all these names that you would never know by yourself. So you're obviously just copy pasting a news network that's been debunked 1,000 times on shit they blame people for.
And yet, you get shadow banned.
Yeah, I get shadow banned.
You get shadow banned from Facebook.
But that's just a conspiracy. There's no liberal bias in the media. You're crazy.
So, but before this shadow ban, how many times have you been flagged?
Once.
Before? Once.
Oh, okay. Let me elaborate on that. He knows the detail. I told him
Yeah.
earlier. I have had 19 community guideline strikes since during the coronavirus. So since a month, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's safe to say it's known worldwide for about a month.
Yeah,
Because
a month and a half.
yeah.
Max. Okay, so I had one community guideline strikes, and if you watch the show, you're familiar because we had to this is when I was real active and had a studio, and had to go live on some other person's place. And it's when I made fun of Catholic priests and brought up them covering up pedophiles and covering up priests that molested children instead of holding them responsible for their actions. They just relocated them. Well, I got shadow banned. Then we got that was actually a long one. I don't know why that one was so long. That was almost a month I got banned from being live. But this time I've gotten 19 from
Tell us what it ranges from.
ranges from posts on coronavirus to puppies.
Which makes
One
no
of them was a
sense.
video of this stray puppy, and he was sitting there. Or no, it was a stray dog, and it was just his puppy was whining, and it was literally look. You could just look like it was talking to the human, help my kid.
Right.
And it was a feel good story. They helped the thing, and it was awesome. It got blocked. It was just stupid shit. I'm like, what? Who? How? I just shared it. I shared it from someone else's post. It's just stupid.
They're watching, man.
They're watching. They're watching me.
Do you have the blind shut?
Dude, everyone talks about, I bring up some crazy shit, and they're like, dude, you better watch out. You're going to get suicided. I was like, that'd be tight, bro. No, wouldn't it be? If I was on Clinton's body count, that'd be epic. You're semi-famous.
Yes, but yet.
Would you rather die like that or die with a dick in your mouth? Think about it. Exactly. That's your only two options. So I win.
Yes.
All right. So here's the thing. What were we talking? We're just going to talk about
We're
what we
all
talked
over the
about.
place, yeah.
All right. So coronavirus, it's a super thing. It stays dormant. It got so bad, but is it intentional? They just allowed people to willy-nilly just fly. Thousands upon thousands of people just flying all over the world. They have completely decimated our entire system and didn't fire a single bullet. Think about what it's affected. International travel, commerce,
Sport.
business, sports, entertainment. Churches are even closed.
That's true.
The entire system's done, and it's Trump's fault. So, all Trump's fault.
Thank you,
Every bit of it's
45.
Trump's fault. Every one of it. Every bit of it. I don't know what he's going to do. He's incompetent. He's got dementia.
Now, I will say,
He lies all the time.
All right, so do you believe that Trump actually took the coronavirus test?
I don't know.
You know, if you watch, you know, when the reporter asked, and you know she was, you know, trying to get him
He's
to.
been being weird the whole thing. I don't know if it's because this is shit's hitting the fan or.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because normally, you know, he's out front, you know, in the mic, you know, he's commanding, he's got a presence.
Yeah, but he did put Pence in control.
Yeah, but
Maybe he just legit doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. He's like, Pence, I literally don't know what y'all did.
but if it's
Because he's doing a
man-made,
lot. You can tell he's putting an active effort into it.
Do you think he feels guilty about escalating the trade war, and maybe this was a response from the trade war?
That could be it.
And
um,
there's some guilt by him.
Maybe. I didn't think about that.
So do you?
I
Think
don't think he
it's-
regrets it at all.
All right,
Because
so-
we were getting shafted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Do you think it's engineered, or do you think it's just?
I think it's
Something that's
100%
mutated.
engineered.
You think so?
Why do you ask? Okay. I told you they shut down that this is a rabbit hole I fell into. Okay. So that seafood wholesale market is, or what? Okay. This is where it gets complicated.
Does that burn down too?
There is a lab
True.
which was like a mile or two from it, right?
Right,
After it leaked and on the map. You could before all this shit happened, you could search it, you could see it, it's like blocks away.
Yeah.
Search it again. It's 27 miles away and it's in the middle of the woods where nothing's there. It's just it's forest. They moved its location. One, I'm assuming trying to hide the source.
Possibly.
But seriously,
Or Google may have just screwed up. On
screwed up. Move.
You know. Oh well, we didn't take our little car. Hey guys, if I'm adjusting myself,
Look, Google.
don't pay attention to me.
Google. Just tap and I'll do this.
No worries. I don't care if anyone sees.
Google. One thing they had one of their. This actually wasn't a mess up. Allegedly, they. So you know how you have like Google Earth, Google Mars, and the Moon.
Right.
Well, there's like either Mars or Moon. They had like a legit base on there.
Really?
And so all these conspiracies are like, what the hell? And they're like, oh, April Fool's, just an April Fool's joke. We forgot to take it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another thing
interesting.
going with the election with Bernie and Sanders, Bernie Sanders and Biden, a local news showed the results of the election the day before the election. Did you see that?
I did see that, but I don't think that was the first time it happened. I think
It was a mistake.
Yeah,
But it was an accident.
But I think that
Once
it happened
again, but
as
the mistake
well.
was in favor of the establishment.
Right. So what if this virus was created to kill Joe Biden, to kill Bernie Sanders, and here comes Hillary? What if Hillary engineered this virus?
Oh,
What's
she's going
more
to come
possible?
save the day?
She's going to come save the day.
And this is just a insane globalist agenda?
This is getting her body count up.
So they're...
She gets stronger.
and it ruins the currency to where we're gonna and this is a unifying issue that's gonna bond every country, and it's gonna be one world
Clinton.
government. It's gonna be the new world order.
And Greta, 2020.
Oh Jesus!
Mark my words.
I don't think so.
So do you think Trump has the virus?
No, I don't think anyone had. I don't think anyone had or anyone big like that has it.
But, I mean, they just said
That
Kevin
isn't
Durant.
supposed to have it.
I mean, Kevin Durant. You know, these people.
They're not in it.
So you're talking about people that are
Okay, there's a bunch of conspiracies in regards to
are we
this.
talking about the Bilderberg? I mean, is that where we're going? You know, if you're in that clique,
Yes, I guess.
or the
What did I just
NBA.
do? Oh, I just messed something up.
So look, I mean, you know, I don't want to really make light of the situation. I do believe that it is something to be mindful of, something to educate yourself, especially with hygiene and things to that nature. Am I personally concerned?
Oh, I read somewhere not licking handrails in public it lowers your risk of getting coronavirus.
But see, you know, I'm one of the old school. You know, hey, be exposed to the germs, because the germs, it's going to build your immune system.
I concur.
Right.
The germaphobes, dude, that like are freaking out about their kids and always having like they have like the extension lanyard thing with Germex on it.
Have you seen my kids? Have you seen videos of them just in the mud?
No, I haven't. I try not to watch little kid videos when they look like Joe Biden.
But these
I'm just
these are
playing.
my kids.
No,
These are
I
my
haven't
kids.
seen any. Okay, toilet paper. Why?
I don't know.
That's just another one of them things that makes me that gives credence or credit to maybe brain washing or brain manipulation is real.
So do you think it's the 5G? Do you think that is
Dude, there's so much shit going on right now.
so? Okay, so 5G, or I mean, is this did the coronavirus? Maybe we're all exposed to it, and that it's just triggering some people to go out and just purchase massive amounts of toilet paper.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Hey, y'all know about the 5G? I know I've talked about it on the show. I've actually told someone. I looked them dead serious. I said, hey, in a couple of years they're going to start pushing 5G. They haven't done it as much as I thought they would.
But maybe this virus is a distraction for the 5G.
I could deal with
It's
that
a
because
reach,
guess
maybe?
what? It's right before an election.
It's true.
Every time. I don't know. I'm not saying, like I said, not saying it's a conspiracy, but I'm just saying it's a pattern of shit. It's something always. What happened last time? They had
It was
10,000 people. Ebola
Oh,
too, and
yep.
then you had the
H1N1.
10,000 people from Haitians hiking up through Mexico in 2 weeks in sandals.
That's true. I forgot all about
That was
that.
George Soros.
Ooh, yeah, that's another topic.
It's a big player.
That's yeah, probably the player.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just a lot of crazy shit and a lot of stuff you're like, oh, well. Eh. So you got your 4D chess people. I think
Okay.
Trump's a genius, like a mad genius that he's just plays and dumb asshole on purpose. And he just plays the Dems at their own game and makes them just look like idiots. This kind of leads in that way. Q, if you're a Q follower, it's interesting. He said that this is the largest. Hold on, I'll just read it.
Okay.
Verbatim. Hold my beer. I need to stop saying that. I say it at work. I get a chuckle every once in a while, but I can tell some people are like, what did you just say?
Could be like, hold my Corona, dad joke.
Corona. Okay. The Corona is a cover-up for the largest U.S. military intelligence operation the world has ever known. The plan is to totally shut down the entire globe, make massive arrests, remove evil in governments, bankers, globalists, elites, Hollywood, and sports stars that are involved at Epstein Island and other islands. Also, many other massive scandals. Remove the fiat currency and go to gold-backed currency. Global currency reset. Then activate Nasara Jazara law, which wipes out all debts, releases us into Tesla's future. It gives us 6,000 medical cures, free energy, and many other beautiful. Where was it? Beautiful. Where is it? Oh, where is he? Sorry, it was like split up in two posts. Beautiful. Where's beautiful? Why can't I see it? Oh, beautiful things that the way it should have been. There will be up to a 6-week closure of everything. Military will lead the way. And then it says, it is coming, Australia. It is the plan that Q has to lock the entire planet down for 6 weeks. We are doing a period change, the equivalent of prehistoric to medieval kind of thing. So that was before when he said that. See, this, some of it seems crazy, and then some of it's like, whoa, shit. Because like that was before, because that's where Tom Hanks got it.
Right.
So that was like 2 days before Tom Hanks got it. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. And then the Google search algorithm thing
Right.
it got wiped off. So things you could search before, like adrenochrome or whatever the hell I'm trying to say. Why do you say that shit? I haven't. I've already looked it up, so I'm just gonna look. Adrenochrome. What's it called? It's the shit they. Oh, read that for me.
Where do you want me to start?
Just read what I searched. I can't say the word right now. I'm having a brain fart.
Fear and
No.
Loathing in Las Vegas. 10 out of 10 on IMDb.
No, up there. That one. Not the withdrawal part, but the first word.
Adrenochrome.
Yes.
Jeff, I'm
If you're not familiar, a lot. Apparently, this this gives credence to the satanic pedophile weirdo stuff, or apparently they have it. It's just like a drug. It's an endorphin released into your blood when you're in fear, when you're in pain, or when you are like in super panic, like an adrenaline type deal.
so let's back something
It's a
up real
high.
quick.
And apparently, what?
Anytime someone says credence, I always think of CCR.
Yeah, CCR, dude. Which makes me think of Vietnam because it makes me think of Forrest Gump.
Vietnam. So why does everyone feel that the military is gonna force all these regulations, right? Because I mean,
What regulations?
you know, the shutdown, this, you know, oh, it's gonna be a military shutdown.
How about this? What about the text? Or what about the thing? I was on a date and I got a call from somebody.
Was he hot?
She was.
He was.
Yeah.
Good.
So hypothetically,
Tell
let's say
him
I was on a
said
date.
Congratulations.
And I get a call.
Okay.
The person knows where I'm at,
Right.
and they call me again. I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to take this. You know, like, why would they? And they say, hey, so and so just called. So and so that works with so and so said that they just got out of a briefing, and within the next 48 to
I heard
72
42
hours.
Yeah. I heard the same thing.
Yes. Right. Then they come out. I guess they realize it got leaked. Come out and say, "Oh, that's fake. That's not real thing." Well, then boom. The next day, San Francisco.
Goes on lockdown. That's true, but it was a lockdown imposed by the mayor, not, you know, military. You know, because if they're telling military to be
It's
on
the
standby,
exact same thing, though. The exact same thing that's defined as what it is the exact same thing.
I just
It's
don't.
pretty much a mandatory lockdown, which is the exact same thing.
I have several military friends that are still currently in the military, several military friends that are no longer in the military. And I just don't believe that anyone would enforce something that would restrict your basic humanitarian rights.
What about
what they fought for, right? They fought for freedom. And if you go on a lockdown, no matter, you know, even if it's, you know, for a virus, you know, which I get that, you know, you want to limit the contact, the socializing,
Mhm.
but it has to be voluntary. And I just don't see someone that fights for freedom could enforce something like that.
Well, what if they think they're doing what's right?
So how is restricting someone's freedom?
They're not. They're protecting them from getting a virus. All right, that's what they're doing. But to say that,
Okay.
the same people, right? That's for their basic human rights, right? The government wouldn't do that. Why would they do that? And what about Operation Northwoods?
Elaborate a little bit.
Operation Northwoods is what gives credence to maybe 9/11 was government, mainly because Operation Northwoods occurred during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Okay.
What happened then? We were getting really, really war hungry.
Right.
We haven't had war in a long time. War equals profit. War is good.
Have to reorganize
We
borders.
needed public outcry for wanting to go to battle with somebody. So they planned false flag attacks on U.S. soil
Right.
against U.S. civilians, public shootings. They planned to fly a drone plane into Cuba, get shot down. All this shit. Well, JFK got signed off by the Department, the DOJ, all that crap.
Right.
And Kennedy was like, "No, hell no, ain't gonna happen." Okay, you know the Bay of Pigs.
Yeah.
You know how everyone's like, "Oh, JFK's a pussy," and didn't back out. You know why? They
Somebody was going to shoot him.
no, they issued a plan. They showed what they were planning on doing.
Right.
They were going to assassinate Fidel Castro, and he's like, "No."
No, you can't do that.
So he
has great points.
They have,
No, that sounded like a vampire or
Yeah,
some
it did.
shit. Let me see. if I can-
One or two.
No, but so no, he's not a
That's
pussy.
horrible
He
with
just found
impressions.
that out. He fired the director of the CIA.
Okay.
Okay, now people know this was all in the files.
Yeah.
And then Lyndon Johnson puts him
Good
as
old LBJ.
oh, that crooked son of a bitch. After he's assassinated, the same guy that he fired because he was planning on assassinating Fidel Castro, he
Back in
put on
place.
like a high-ranking person on the Warren Commission,
Right.
which was in charge of
Not
investigating.
Elizabeth Warren. Not Elizabeth Warren Commission.
So yes, that government did that, or MK Ultra. MK Ultra is where acid came from.
Yeah.
Where they first originally got they embedded with this doctor where they would have sleep studies, and they would give unknowing civilians that volunteered for this thing. Yeah, thank you, Justin. That volunteered for this sleep study, they would give them like up to like 12 or more hits of acid,
Okay.
and that came to light due to lawsuits.
So do you think everything out there is conspiracy?
No,
Do you think
no, I'm not that type of person.
percentage-wise?
No.
Percentage-wise, I mean, do you think 50% of everything that is explained or given to us?
Yes, I don't think that none of that's real.
Okay, so you're 50.
90% of the media is fake as shit.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, it's if it bleeds, it leads, right?
Look, I've been talking about the Smith-Muntz Act so much because I bring it up all the time. I feel like it's such a crucial part of what's like brainwashing and like pretty much running the entire narrative of everything to the masses because it basically made propaganda legal. So, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Can you do a poll? I'm curious to see the audience. How many people believe that coronavirus is, you know, engineered, or if they believe,
I've never seen someone that didn't say it.
Really?
Everyone I've talked to.
really
Well, the only comments we have, 100% engineers.
100%.
All right, here we go. Smith-Muntz Act. Put in effect by Truman after World War II,
Right.
banning mainstream propaganda.
The first
2012, Obama waived it on a Friday.
First,
Think about the news since 2012.
true.
That's where I'm saying. They can say whatever the fuck they want.
All right, so my brain is going to a completely different place right now.
But look, this is why I see this today. And I'm like, dude, I've been talking
Yeah.
about this for years.
For years, yeah, I know you have. I've been out there, you know, at the ballpark. You know, I mean, these kids are out here, you know, hitting baseballs, and you know, in between innings, you know, Josh's like, "Hey, did you see this, man? Did you see this?" I'm like, "Josh, it's
Look,
not going to happen." And,
I'm not a
now,
Looney Tune.
Now it's happening.
Look, I don't jump on conspiracies like crazy. I never jumped on Sandy Hook, even though that one seems like it'd be valid. I just never got on it. That's the one that I haven't looked into. I don't like jumping on. I say this, but I was balls deep in the Vegas shooting. I was like, I don't like to jump on stuff where there's actual deaths.
Well,
It's like, what if you're
yeah,
wrong? You're
yeah.
a dickhead.
Absolutely. And you know that's why I'm, you know, trying to preface this with if it's not even if it is, I mean, this is still something serious that people, especially the older generation.
I want to know the truth.
Okay.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all. It's basically
I
what you're
thought
try-
you were
Oh, to you,
asking
what
me.
you're
I'm
about
like,
to say.
I don't know the truth.
No, man, I just want to know the truth. That's what I seek.
Right.
So I think what differs from what the Sandy Hook is, the Sandy Hook thing would be like, okay, the whole thing was staged. Now the Vegas thing, it followed that pattern of just the inconsistencies.
So if you know the truth, what does that change for you? Like if you know the truth that this was, you know, say it was bioengineered from Wu-Tang.
I don't know. That's the
what does it
one
change?
question you don't get. I don't think what does it change is the right question, because I think it's what do you do next? Say you have verifiable proof that it has. What do you do now? What can you do about it? Absolutely nothing.
So I mean,
Why do I do what I do? I don't know.
Is the
I have no idea.
conspiracy protecting you, or is it just a conspiracy because they don't want you to know the truth?
No, they're pushing narratives most of the time,
All right.
or greasing pockets.
So here is what I'm going with that. If the media or Trump or whomever said that this was a bioengineered virus, do
Wow.
the toilet paper shelves?
Why are they falling off anyway? You know who's looking real smart right now? 12 years ago. I know I'm just flying right past your question. Don't forget it. Do not forget it, because this is funny. 15 years ago, Will Smith and his wife bought a $10,000 toilet. And you're like, what the hell? And he's like, well, it would pay for itself. I don't have to buy toilet paper. Look how smart he is now, huh? Huh?
It's got a point, but you know,
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Sorry. That was a legitimate article I read.
Now, what was that
Spent
movie? Where
$2,000
he
onto it.
didn't he have a virus in some movie?
No, he was. It's I Am Legend,
Not that one. I think
where he tried to cure cancer and ended up turning the entire population to zombies.
no. This was one of his comedy movies, where he was like trying to date a chick or something. He's like this guy. Oh, I can get any chick, and trying to teach all these guys how to.
Hitch.
Maybe I don't know.
Wait, people are gonna think you're crazy. Wait a minute. 7 pounds, not 7 pounds. Life of a mixer truck driver. What up, dude? No one uses YouTube. That's awesome. I never put y'all see y'all's comments pop up on YouTube. Y'all go to YouTube. Oh, I'm
Go
gonna
to
bring this
YouTube.
up. Hold on. Keep talking.
No, I just remember, he had a virus or something. Maybe something bit him, and like his face is swelling or something.
Yes.
Anyway,
He was
yeah,
allergic to shellfish, I think.
so where did shellfish come from?
They were on a date with the girl that's on a place beyond the pines.
I don't even remember them. I don't even know where I was going with that. But so if the government informs you of what actually happened,
He would
do
never.
people freak out more than they freaked out here?
No,
I
they
mean,
distrust their government, which is what they don't need.
okay, but if this is a bioengineered, for sure, man created this virus, do the shelves look like they look now, or
No.
so you think?
Well, they're all in cahoots. They all work together.
Yeah. Well,
You got the
get
media
that, I get that.
fear mongering everybody.
right.
And
Corporations making bank on it.
Right. And I haven't. I'll get into that in a minute.
So you think
I
we're
don't- I
not being
don't-
told so they can work hand in
Right
hand?
now, I don't
to-
know.
Okay.
It'd be irresponsible for me to guess because I have no clue.
Oh, I'm gonna guess.
It's just so much shit that I'm just like I can't wrap my head around. Because look, in 2009, okay, the whole market, everyone's freaking out with the stock market. It's all bullshit anyway. It has to be. In 2019, there was 1,640 CEOs of major corporations in America that stepped down. There's been 241 of them this year. And we're not talking about just little mom and pop food stores. We're talking like, let's see. Which one's first? January 29th of 2020, L Brands Victoria's Secret CEO, Les Wessner. Why does that sound familiar? Let's see. Remember a guy named Jeffrey Epstein?
I do remember that.
Y'all know the story of Jeffrey Epstein, and no one really knows where the hell he came from, where he got his money from. He was a math teacher at this private high school and somehow met Les Wessner. And the guy was like, yeah, I like you. I'm a billionaire. I'm just going to make you my financial advisor because there's nothing else going on here.
Okay.
And then he became a bunch of billionaires' financial advisors. That, yeah. I've never worked on a car, but I met a guy who owns a shop, and he's like, I like you. You're gonna run all my shops. You're gonna be in charge of all maintenance. No, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, that's another story. Anyway, he's the first one to jump down. He stepped down. All right, that was on January 29th. Okay, then we get to what's next. January 30th, IBM CEO Jeannie Remedi steps down. Then you got at February 3rd, Hulu CEO steps down. February 5th, LinkedIn CEO steps down. February 7th, Jeff Bezos sells $4.2 billion worth of shares. February 25th, Disney's CEO steps down, which is huge because that's pretty much
Huge.
That's huge. That's Disney. That's news. That's sports. That's pretty much everything.
Sports, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, Disney owns like everything. They own ESPN. They own. Yeah. Plus, this is all we have to worry about. There's no sports to distract us. There's nothing.
That's the thing. Because it's like after 9/11, go watch a baseball game.
Yeah.
Something to detach. That's the beauty of sports, man. And I have never
Seaman.
seen anything.
Tom Brady's helping, so we'll get to sports
Tampa
in a
Bay.
second.
Come on, man.
All right. So then let's see. That was just in 2020. Now this list here is just major CEOs from the end of September of 2019 until current. That's not on that list. We've got Google owners stepped down. MedMen, Salesforce, Harley Davidson, T-Mobile, Best Buy, eBay, Lockheed Martin, Chipotle, UPS, Nokia, Brinks Home Security, Boeing, Under Armour, McDonald's, Nestle Waters, Overstock.com, WeWork,
The Boeing is pretty interesting.
NBC Universal, Miss American Organization, Tinder, Hinge, Match, all of them. So what do they know? Okay, and this one, I was on a roll, and I was kind of trying to link some stuff. So I named a bunch of things, and it all happened. Then March 13th, Bill Gates finally stepped down.
That was shocking.
Very shocking. So here's what it is. I had the dates. We remember. The coronavirus was verified on the 7th of January.
Right.
Okay, so let's link which ones could be affected by that. That would be pretty much all of these on this sheet, correct?
Maybe not so much Microsoft because
Not Microsoft. All right.
gamers,
Correct.
look, you're going to be isolated. You computers.
I want you to see. It's the 7th, right?
Right.
What happened on the 31st of January? That was the impeachment ruling.
Yes. I mean, I was thinking a lot of things happened. It was month end
That-
for me at work.
Look at we have February 7th, February 5th, January 30th, February 12th, February 3rd, February 25th, February 25th, March 1st.
Okay.
Why is the January 31st? This is where you kind of get into like what I think could possibly happen, and I hope happens unless he got bought out. There is in December 21st, 2017, document DCP 2017-00923, Executive Order 13818, titled Executive Order Blocking the Properties of Persons Involved in Serious Human Rights Abuse or Corruption. Why is that in effect? That happened in 2017. Guess what? Trump hasn't had control of the House and the Senate.
Right.
It's safe to say they were really backing on this possibly happening. Why? Because the chances of you getting reelected after you've been successfully impeached is almost 0 to none. That's why they were pushing not just to impeach him, but to make him not be able to run for president the next go-round.
Right.
Why is this important? Because if he gets reelected, with all the bullshit they did to try to get him impeached, will probably make them have control of the Senate and the House at a very vast majority.
But you know who will not be if that happens?
Who?
Bernie.
Bernie, dude, they were never going to allow him to be president.
Look, I am no fan one way or the other
It's just too much change.
because he's too old.
No, it's just too much, too crazy. Just look, I get the two-party system's kind of counterintuitive because they don't give a shit about us.
So why is he so successful? Say,
He's not.
in debates among
He says the same
among
thing
the
every
people,
single time.
among the people, even though the people are not getting out there to the voting. I mean,
Look,
if you look at everything, I mean, it's like he's leaps and bounds ahead of everybody. He destroyed everybody, but yet.
because no one calls him out on his bullshit.
But then it's like you have Doug Jones that barely beats a rapist.
Because he didn't have the help. No one asked him. No one calls him out on his bullshit.
I guess.
That's why he always does great initially.
But
And then when it comes to the actual election part,
but
then everyone's like, oh, shit.
didn't you just say that the election was stolen from him from Hillary?
Openly.
Okay.
Oh, you're
but
saying with the people.
yes.
Because he's offering free shit and no one asks questions. No one asks any questions.
So how is that not translating now? Is it because they are not counting the votes properly?
Oh no! Look, the people that's what I was about to say. Like the government doesn't give a shit about us. They care about their party and pushing their things. That's why I said it's counterintuitive. Because whatever.
So there's no reason to watch the debate tonight
At all.
It's already been established. It's going to be
pointless. It's going to say the same shit. Biden, we don't even know what the hell he's going to do. He just banks off Obama, which still hasn't endorsed him, which is hilarious.
That is very true. But why do the debates continue now? Because
It's
now
a
you have this
smoking-
virus.
It's a pony show.
Now you have this virus that Trump is failing at. So let's listen to the ideas of how you're going to solve this.
They aren't. They aren't even going to have to worry about it. If someone could think for them fucking self, it's all so stupid. Because, like I said, you got a cookie cutter president who And that's where Bernie just throws a wrench in the mix because he's not that cookie cutter president. He's not the pro-choice, anti-gun, blah, 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 fill in the blanks, whatever the Democrats run on. And then the Republicans, pro-life, pro-gun, pro-blah. Same cookie cutter as before, just on the opposite. So when they're president, they're going to do exactly what the opposite of what they want, just out of spite. And then once the powers change, then they just reverse it. And it's back and forth, no progress. That's why when Bernie comes, that's just too much of a vast change off of both parties that it might just be irreversible.
Right.
Sorry, but that distracted me.
No worries. What was he doing? I have no clue.
I was trying.
Yeah, I was trying.
Just like walked in, just like okay.
He had clothes on.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Yeah.
All right, what were we talking about?
Talking about how far off Bernie is.
But yeah, so
but no, my head has had enough politics.
I'm so sick of politics. It's really not politics. We're just talking about just like your government.
Yeah,
really,
that's true. That's
because I didn't get into the. Okay, let's get back to the CEOs.
Okay,
I read all that and we just raised right by it. Why that the mass exodus of all CEOs? Do they know one?
Or they pull their money out of the stock market.
But what's the gain from it? See, I don't know that much.
To not lose everything they have.
But this whole list is before, like most of it's before this coronavirus everything. But the stock market solely has crashed due to the coronavirus. So are they aware of this?
They aware? So
which makes you think, okay, is this the establishment, deep state's last attempt to get Trump out of the office?
Would it be safe to say that the majority of the people on that list are somehow affiliated with the Bilderbergs?
I don't know this one. I know they are. Probably not that one. That one is...
I'd say a good percentage.
I would say, yeah, pretty much.
So, I don't know. Is everything controlled by them?
Look, it's a lot. Like I said, in order to find the truth, you got to go unbiased. So, like, I'm not a Trump dick, right? I know I'm wearing a Trump 2020 make liberals cry again, but mainly I wear it just to trigger people. The thing is with me, they spent their entire term trying to impeach Trump on whatever they could find. It's safe to say they probably left no stone unturned trying to find something. And all they had was this flimsy ass case about some phone call.
Right.
When me personally know of impeachable offense going on right now that you don't even see on the news.
But what has been the strongest that it's ever been?
The economy.
The economy.
And guess what? This random phantom drug that apparently the people with money happen to just know about.
So why doesn't Trump call it what it is?
I don't know. That's the part that confuses me.
So that's why I'm on the fence.
Is he complacent with it? That's what I don't know. That's why I said
but
what
since,
I think
this
would happen with this. Remember what I was telling you about this? But he might have been bought out. That's what I meant. I don't know.
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Is it a smoke and pony show? Do they already know? I think they were so not wanting Bernie. They were so against Bernie being the president that they're willing to go another 4 years with Trump and just pitch Biden. Because look, Hillary was a flawed candidate as you could ever have. Biden might be worse. He's ran for president 3 other times. No one brings up what derailed that campaign. Oh, I don't know. Maybe plagiarizing entire speeches and talking points, lying about having 4 degrees, lying about being at the top of your class, and you're actually 76 out of 85.
Wow.
Then we're talking about. Oh, I want to play a soundbite.
Okay.
I want the leg hair. I have to play the leg hair. Keep talking while I do this.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't see how Biden is going to be more electable than, say, Bernie Sanders. Because
I don't think he has a shot.
Yeah, but why would you, if you're the establishment, I believe there were better choices to make than Joe Biden. But it's kind of like, Jeb Bush when he ran. Everybody was sick and tired of the Bushes. Nobody wanted a Bush.
Bushes are corrupt, dude.
Oh, my God. I mean,
I learned a lot.
Oh, here it is.
And I learned that
I hope this is the one.
it makes a difference. This was the diving board area, 3-meter board.
is this where he talks about his
and back
leg
in
hair?
those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. Named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only way. And I walked up to my car, board, and I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you. Esther.
Wait,
I love how he challenges everyone. I can do more push-ups than you.
Here it is. Here it is. This is it.
I would love to
clicked on
see
it wrong.
a debate where they get up there and do push-ups.
All right, listen to this.
Love the music.
Proudly for your dad, first African American state senator in the state of
I
Delaware.
hope this is it. 'cause this would be
Everything
embarrassing.
about. And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn that proudly for your Delaware. Everything about. And by the way, I sit on the stand,
Here it is.
and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn
So cringe.
blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it.
What
So
the
I
hell
learned
is
about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Like, what the heck? And then I'm going to close it out with this song, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to talk about football. Tom Brady left the Patriots,
Tom
ladies
Brady
and
is
gentlemen.
trash, man.
Completely normal segue.
He's
Tom Brady's trash.
Tom
I
Brady's
respect.
trash.
I respect. One thing I'm so. This is gonna be an interesting year. It's like a filtering, a shuffling of the league. One, we get to finally have the answer: Belichick or Brady.
Right.
You got
Belichick, no doubt.
oh shit. Who went to the Colts? Was that Phillip Rivers?
Wasn't Peyton Manning.
Phillip Rivers went to the Colts, I think.
Could be.
I think he did. And then Jimmy G's gonna be out in 49ers.
Right.
Good for you, Bridgewater. Played you a couple. You played like 2-3 good games. You got you like 20 million. Respect.
You don't have to play a game.
Then you got Cam Newton floating around.
I think he's going to land with the Bears.
I really hope the Patriots get Jameis Winston and win a Super Bowl. I would jizz him. As much as I hate Jameis Winston, I would cream my panties. How ironic and funny would that be?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we're going to see what Brady is really about. But you know
Maybe
what what he's going to have to fall back on if it's a complete failure.
He's 41 years old.
Exactly.
He's 42 years old. Wow, why couldn't he have done that in his prime? No,
Kobe didn't make those excuses.
no, it's not. It's the system, my guy.
Right.
But he is going with Bruce Arians, and they are going to stack the shit out of that team.
That's true.
Brant, they already rumored, but ended up having fallen out halfway because of the dude's contract is too stacked. It rumored that Todd Gurley and Brandon Cooks was going there.
It'll happen.
They'll
make it
I
happen.
think so
They'll make
too.
it happen.
So it's going to be Todd Gurley, Brandon Cooks, Mike Evans, and Goodwin.
Where does Breeze go?
Breeze is a Saint.
You think he's
They already signed him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they obviously put all their eggs in Taysom Hill, the Mormon missile. The Mormon missile, dude. That's why he's like 30. I just don't like Jim. Look, don't get me wrong. He's a freak athlete, the Swiss Army knife of the NFL. He broke an NFL record, most touchdowns, receptions by a non-receiver last year. He ran, and fun fact, Christian McCaffrey. Everyone's a huge Christian McCaffrey dick rider. Like he's just so athletic and whatever. Their combine numbers are almost identical.
Really?
Yeah, there's not a huge difference, but yeah, he's a quarterback. But the reason I can't get behind him, one, he's like 30 because he went on his like Mormon sabbatical for 4 years.
Goes college 4 years.
Second, 4 years. He got 4 consecutive season-ending injuries in college against the same team. After the second one, you're like, I'm not playing this week,
Let's
coach.
talk about conspiracies. That's up there.
Yeah, it is. But the Saints put a first-round tender on him,
That's insane.
and they let Bridgewater walk. But
That's
yet
insane.
Bridgewater started every game Breeze was hurt.
And what did he do?
I thought, okay,
Pretty-
first off, I was like, I'm trying to make a point earlier this week. I was like, you really didn't do that good.
He did pretty damn good.
And then I look and I'm like, maybe they eased him into it. I was like, the only game he had was against the Bucks. And he lit it up. But he had like two, 3 games.
he did,
Yeah.
I
I
thought
just
he did
didn't-
pretty solid.
And like I don't know if this is just like my view because I'm used to seeing Drew Brees, where I'm just like, he didn't look that great. Because Drew Brees is like a damn surgeon.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go down as the greatest
But
of
he-
all time, even with just the one ring. He'll go down as the
He's
greatest of all
only,
time.
got like 90% of every single passing stat.
Right.
But no, I honestly low key was like super kind of just annoyed at him
See, I was pulling
when he
for my
laid that
Seahawks.
egg in the
Yeah,
in the playoff game. I was like, you shitting me?
I'm a Seahawks guy. Russell Wilson's my guy.
I don't mind the Seahawks anymore.
I love
Russell Wilson though.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback.
smash,
But I loved when they brought Marshawn Lynch back.
dude. No,
Man, I was pulling.
he
for
looked
him.
old as shit.
Yeah. He got exposed. He should have stayed retired. But I'm not too much of an NFL guy. I'm baseball. Baseball guy, college sports, NBA. I never really got into the NFL that much. I do watch it as a casual fan.
That makes sense. But honestly, to me, college football is coming. Like I've always been like I favored NFL over college, but
I mean, you see the best of the
lately,
best.
college is kind of just getting dull, dude. But it's all money. I get it. And
I'm
it's never
tired
gonna
of game day. I'll tell you that.
I just-
just change something up.
happen. Are you an Alabama fan?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. You're favored by 20 plus points every single game, but 4.
Right.
Is that not obnoxious? Do you tailgate?
Put it this way.
Do you tailgate?
Yes.
So you go think. What do you have a tailgate, or do you you cook? You get
Yeah,
beer. You
Well,
drive
I
down
don't drink,
there.
but yeah, we go down there. We cook out. We throw the frisbee. We
you walk
integrate
a
with-
mile.
yeah.
You go through all that bullshit,
right.
and you're favored by 20.
Yes.
The first quarter is not even entertaining because you're 28-0 by the end of the game. By the end of the first quarter,
Halftime.
is that not obnoxious?
Halftime. We leave. The game's over.
Is that not obnoxious?
It does get stale. It does get boring. But to see some of the best athletes that are out there, I mean, you say what you want, but watching Tua perform, it's a thing of beauty. I mean, it's like LSU.
I like Tua.
watching Burrow out there. I don't
LSU's
like
gonna
LSU.
Be back to mediocrity
Oh yeah,
next year.
yeah, absolutely.
Dude, it makes me so mad, dude. Everyone's bringing up the wrong Joe. He's the same bum as the year before.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, he's better. Go ahead. Whatever
If
you want
it-
to say.
But you knew the national championship. It wasn't going to be close because Clemson was exposed game in and game out.
I
Game
thought
in and
it
game
was,
out. I mean, there was 3-4 games Clemson should have lost.
I thought it was going to be. I thought pretty much it was going to go the way it did. It was going to.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
going to be close, and then they
But you still
weren't going
watched
to.
it, right? Because you are a fan.
I don't think I watched the whole thing.
You don't watch the whole thing. I don't think I did either. Because I mean, it starts too damn long. It's 8 o'clock.
Well,
I've got to get
it's
up and go
all
to work.
scheme to me, dude. Like, literally, the only thing that changed on that team was Joe Brady when
Yes.
they brought him to run the
Yes.
passing offense. All of a sudden, one of the most
Burrow
prolific.
looks the best. Yeah.
Is it a coincidence? No, I've been saying it forever. That's what made Les Miles. That's what
Trash,
gave him
yeah.
the fucking boot. He was 77% win percentage, and he got the boot. Why? Because he ran a middle school offense.
Right.
It'll be 3rd and 10. He's got 2 tight ends set with 1 receiver. Like, why can't you get open? Why can't your quarterback? It's because he's running pro route trees, son.
Right.
Ah.
But I just, and if you look, I mean, even though it was a high scoring game, we didn't have Burrow, or, we didn't have a healthy Tua.
Dude, no
A
one brought that
high-scoring
up in
game.
the Iron Bowl. That really bummed me out. When they're jumping out and like jizzing their panties, they beat Alabama. I'm like, bro,
It wouldn't have been close.
like it's not like you're missing your right tackle,
You're
your
missing
left
the
tackle.
guy.
You're missing a Heisman finalist.
Yes, probably Heisman winner.
And
if
old
he
dude
doesn't
threw
get
2
hurt.
pick sixes.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, it didn't make that big of a difference. He threw 2 pick sixes.
And those couple of those we're
Two pick sixes.
touchdown plays for
Oh, it
us.
didn't make that big of a difference.
But it's a 14-point
That's
swing.
I know.
We're on the verge of scoring in the end zone.
I know.
You know, it's kind of like, you know, the Seahawks, you know, hey, it's 4th and 1. What do you do?
It's a smart
Bizarre,
call.
You know, run Marshawn Lynch. No, let's do a bizarre slant pass.
All right, we got to get into your ghosts. and your- and your-
Ghosts. Oh man.
So did you hear? This is one of my first guests ever. Was Jim Mallard, the Mallard Report. He's a
Okay.
paranormal investigator.
I did not hear it.
You
I'll,
should watch. You
I'll
should
need to go
listen
back
to
and
it.
listen to it.
So, how long have you been doing paranormal investigation?
Paranormal investigations. You know, that was actually the very first date that I took my wife on.
What?
Was a paranormal investigation.
That doesn't drop the panties.
Right. I mean, you know, it's, you know, we went out, we ate Chinese food, we watched Halloween H2O, then we went on a ghost hunt.
Halloween H2O.
Yes, Halloween H2O.
So I watched the second worst Halloween movie.
Look, I'm a horror enthusiast through
Okay.
and through. It doesn't matter if it's a B-rated horror movie like
So
Killer
you-
Clowns from Outer Space or if it's Halloween.
What about Troll 2?
Thoroughly enjoyed.
What about Troll 2?
Yes.
What about Ginger Dead Man?
Yes.
Saturday Night Cleaver.
Yes.
Thanks Killing.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Doing the paranormal stuff, you know, I've been doing that probably on and off since I was 16 years old.
I
So
wanna
I mean,
go.
you know, you're going on 20 years of doing it, and you know, it really started out. You know, I didn't one way didn't believe. You know, it was just something to do. You know, all of my friends, you know, they're going to parties, you know, drinking and all that stuff. I didn't do that. I went to the Dairy Queen parking lot when they still had all those basketball goals right there by Lloyd's.
Where Bullet is now?
Yes. And we would sit there and hoop it up all night. And then, you know, so we started, you know, just going to these abandoned places and, you know, telling ghost stories and shit like that. And, you know, so then I started, you know, to invest in equipment and stuff. And, you know, it's fun to do. It's something that breaks the norm. And, you know, through the Urbex and through the Underground Birmingham page that I have, that Jeff and I have, check that out, guys. Underground Birmingham on Facebook. I've got an Instagram, but it's really just my personal shit that I throw up there. But check it out anyway. We had ghost hunters from A&E contact us. Now, Underground.
How did that come up?
Well, I can't read the episode hasn't aired, but they
Oh.
were doing. Let's just say that they were doing an investigation that had to deal with
Y'all's expertise.
with mining, and us at Underground Birmingham.
Y'all have
we've-
access to that.
We not only have access to it, we know about it. We know what's safe. We know where to go, where not to go. So this shit, man, it took so long to get approved because I mean, you know, insurance companies were coming back. They, you know,
Gonna be
hey,
liable.
yeah, we can't do this. And I'm like, look, I cannot guarantee you the safety of these things. These things were in operation in the 1870s.
They've barely
Most of
been
these-
discovered.
Yes, most of these shuttered in the 1930s, 40s,
What's that mean?
50s. They closed down.
Okay.
So they mined what they did. They left it. There have been no inspections. There have been nothing to ensure the safety, the structural safety of these things.
Mhm.
90% of the ones that you go in, it's because of a collapse that has happened that you can access through that
Oh
collapse
shit!
to go in.
I'm butthole puckering.
So yeah, I mean, you know, this shit is dangerous. You can get lost. There's passages. I mean, we've had a couple of guys go in. And I mean, you know, you're in there miles and miles. You get turned around.
Yeah.
It's hard to find your way out. But after my amazing convincing, we got the shit happened. And A&E Ghost Hunters, we helped assist them with an investigation. We took them down in a mine. They did a paranormal investigation in the mine, and should be airing sometime on season 2.
Are they
on
going to
A&E.
give you a shout out? Thanks to the tireless
Well,
efforts of
Put
of
it this
Josh.
way, you know, we have merch, so you know we were wearing the Underground Birmingham shirts, you know, all that stuff. We had to sign these logo releases, you know, saying yes, it's okay to, you know, show the logos, you know, because a lot of times, you know, on shows like that, they don't have
It
the
blurs.
They have to blur it out. But you know, we have our own Underground Birmingham logos, and you know, it's it was pretty cool to happen. But ghost hunting's cool. Urbex is more so what I do now. What is it right
Urbex,
now?
what is that?
Urbex is urban exploring. Basically, you find these abandoned places.
I love that so much.
And which underground Birmingham goes hand in hand because these mines are abandoned. I mean, these things have been closed for
Right, but you
some
can't,
hundreds of years.
You can't just go in there as the gin pub legally.
There are some that are out in the woods that are not currently owned by anyone. If you know where to look, where to find them, you can access them. There are several other Urbex people that have gone into
But you
mines.
strongly
I
discourage
would-
people from doing it.
unless you know what you're doing.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I
say
would
they
not do it.
don't. Most of
Yes.
these people.
If you don't know what you're doing, but you're interested in learning the history, I mean, I can't take everyone. I mean, we have over 26,000 followers, right?
Mhm.
I filter through at least 100 messages a day. Hey, where is this? Can you take me here? Can I go with you? Can I tag along? And I wish I could take everyone in there, but I cannot guarantee the safety. I just can't risk it. Some of the property owners will allow us to bring a guest or two at times. Other ones are just out in the woods, and we just go do it. We don't have to have permission. I could take anybody if I wanted to. But once you take someone and the location gets out, they take their friends. The place ends up gets destroyed. Dick spray paint photos or all in the mine, and it's just a story.
I love dick and spray paint.
I
So
know you
that sounds
do.
like a
I know you do.
hell of a trip. Well, that's awesome. Look, I see your pictures, and I'm like, man,
Yeah, it's
your life's so much more exciting than mine.
It's pretty cool. I've got a lot of adventures. Coming up. I've pinned over 23 abandoned funeral homes that I've got to check off the list this year.
Now, do you go? Not international, but do you go like different states? Like,
Different states, different countries.
do you have like a holy mecca of like urban exploring location you want to go to? Like this is the place.
There have been a
Elvis
lot.
shit right here, and I want to see it.
Well, Six Flags New Orleans. That was up
Gaslamp?
there on my my bucket list.
That'd be tight. That'd be some good picks.
I've done it 4 times.
Oh, well, you've already done it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying, which one would you like right now? You haven't done that. You're like, dude, I wish I could go there. You know what I mean?
Let me think. Dude, I have been to so many places. If I have something on my bucket list, I
You're
check
gonna
that
do it.
bitch off.
Oh.
I don't sit there and go, I want to do it.
Well, I have a terrible life, so
If
I don't-
there's something on the bucket list, especially when it comes to Urbex, I check it off. Man, it's tough to say, bucket list because I've checked, Charity Hospital in New Orleans, checked it off.
okay, I know where that is.
Six Flags New Orleans, several funeral homes. It's tough to say. I mean,
Okay, what's the most haunted thing you've ever done, or seen, or witnessed, or
Okay, so we go back to funeral homes. Probably in about 2015 or 2014 is when I first stumbled across this place called Memorial Mound.
where's that at?
It's out in Bessemer. Now, this was a funeral home. This guy had a futuristic. It opened in 1992. So he was a grave digger in Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
And he saw that cemeteries were becoming neglected, overrun, vandalized. So he incorporated many different ideas, from Indian burial grounds to the catacombs to just whatever you can think of. So basically what Memorial Mound was is you would descend down 10 feet inside a mound that was built into the side of a hill.
For what?
You would go and pull up your loved one on a computer. Instead of going to a grave site, you go to this old-ass computer, type in the person's name, and you see videos and pictures and all that. All while they were stored in the back on racks.
Why? They just are rotting, like decaying.
Just rotting, just decaying. So let me show you. I'll show you some of the.
Well, okay, what about?
So these caskets right here.
Uh-huh.
you want to show it to the audience, every single one of those had a body inside. So he went out of business because local funeral
wonder why.
homes. Local funeral homes. I'll show you another cool as shit one too. That's one of my favorite photos right there that I've taken.
Thing's in good shape.
Yes.
So they're just caskets in this.
Yes, had the body stored on
Would he just take them
racks.
out and like replace them or something? Like
No, that right there was the actual viewing area. I don't know if you can hold that up for your viewers.
I was gonna email it to myself, but
Okay.
we'll just.
So basically, let me see if I can find it. So here is an external photo of the place. You descend down 10 feet into the
Oh,
ground.
shit, it's got like a sign and everything.
Yes.
So he didn't bury it. He
Didn't
just
bury it.
buried the
They-
entire structure, right?
These racks right here that you see are where the caskets were stored,
Like all the way up to the.
all the way up to the top.
So it's about a 20-foot ceiling.
So I stumbled across this place in
But
2014.
I don't get the idea of behind it. Because okay, let me put.
Okay.
Y'all can't see it, so I'm pretending like I'm doing the audio again. So right now it's just like looks like a big RV garage, basically.
Warehouse.
Super tall,
Like you have a warehouse and you have racks
yeah,
where you
but it's
stack shit.
narrow.
Yeah.
And it's got little racks about 20 feet high, where it looks like he just has racks and racks and racks on racks of caskets. So I don't get it. Like,
that's where the bodies would be stored. They would not.
how long
be
would they be stored there?
forever?
What
That
if you
was
run
the-
out of space?
You had two sides, and he had 23 acres that he was able to expand as it continued to grow. But local funeral homes, were encouraging people because this was a cheaper alternative
To what?
way to be buried.
How?
He was charging people anywhere from $800 to $1,000 to be interred there.
I'll do it for free. By God.
So-
Give me a shovel.
So, whereas most of the burials and stuff like that, you can get up $10,000-$15,000 depending on how much you want to spend.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So in this area that it was in, I mean, this is a pretty rough area out in Bessemer. All right, so the local funeral homes basically put him out of business. When he went out of business,
They got better coupons. Like, how's that work? I don't know the competition in funeral homes.
it's pretty cutthroat. Pretty cutthroat. That's why you see so many abandoned funeral homes.
I don't. That's a weird market to get
It is.
in. It's a necessity.
So here's the crazy thing. So he shut the doors. He passed away. All while the bodies were still in there, rotting. Never notified the family, nothing. So I went to this place. Doors happened to be open, unlocked. Went in there and saw 9 bodies.
Like defined bodies. Like what?
The skeletal remains. You
Did you steal a finger? Please tell me you stole a finger.
I did
Because if you
not.
start getting paranormal, all you can do is salt and burn them bitches.
I
That's how you
do
get rid of-
know a couple of people that that took things from within there. I will not comment if it is bodies or what the case was, but those bodies were sitting in there.
Did you notify somebody?
I notified the authorities. They didn't do shit.
Imagine that.
There's one of the
Whoa, that's crazy. That's real.
9 people. 9 people were in there. So just Google Memorial Mound.
And it's just unlocked. Someone's loved ones.
So yeah, so here's what authorities did. So this gives you a better idea of how it was stored. Just thrown up there
I just don't
on
get
the
it.
racks.
I mean, you can't just dig a hole or just burn it. Like you can't go see it, right?
No, you go to the computer and you look at videos and pictures. But it's
Dude, my dad had that same
instead
thought.
of going to a grave site,
Why don't they just cremate him?
I don't know, but they were stored in the back. So I stumbled across 9 fucking dead people.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was one of the most bizarre things. But I mean, when you do urbex and stuff like that, you come across a lot of crazy things. I mean, over the years, including those 9, I don't want to call them victims, but including those 9 bodies, I've come across a total of, I think, 13, 14 deaths, bodies, some murdered, some
Stumbled upon them.
yeah, yeah. You know,
Damn, you're like Clintons, man. How does you get your
well, yeah. I mean, you got to look at it. Okay, you know, you want to hide a body. Where are you going to hide it? In an abandoned place.
I've never killed nobody.
Don't lie. You haven't.
I'm just kidding.
But you know, I mean, you're gonna hide. You're gonna hide a place into where you think no one's gonna go, which is an abandoned building in a rough area.
Which, in my luck, would be where Johnny, who never's been there before, is like, "Hey, what's over here?" The next day, like, oh shit!
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Oh, my dog ran away. Oh God! Oh, what the hell's that?
So you know, I mean, it's. I've come across crime scenes. I've come across dead bodies. You just never know, you know, what you're gonna find, and it's it's intriguing. You know, I mean, Urbex is a rush. You know, there's a lot of people. I mean, I get messages. You know, hey, you know, I'm such a fan. You know, you inspired me to to do this Urbex stuff. You know, which means a lot. But at the same time, you know, people get burned out on it fast. You know, if they ever, because these places are abandoned, if you get caught, it's possible you could face a trespassing charge or something like that. I mean, I've been doing this 20 years.
Is that why you train parkour, so you can be elusive?
That is parkour is
Hardcore parkour.
really a way that helps you get into some of these places. I've had to climb the exterior wall 3 stories high
Yeah, not worth it.
to find an open window to get in some of these places. Because it's not like you just go up to it. Hey, the front door is open. There might be a window that's ajar. 17 floors up. How are you going to get there?
I'm not.
So you're not. I am. I'm looking for a way.
I'll just wait on you to go and be, hey, let me in, okay?
Right.
Hey, open a window.
Now, hey. Funny thing about it is, I have several friends like Jeff. He's the main guy that I explore with. He's how old
Older
he is.
gentleman,
Yeah, 80s, 90s. I mean, if he gets the coronavirus, he's done.
Yeah, I didn't know there was enough time.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. That was a Louis C.K. joke.
So basically, what I'll do is I'll climb up the side of this building, 3 stories. I'll go in through this open window, and I'll go down to the front door and unlock it and open it for him,
That's nice
so
of
he
you.
can come in too.
I would expect the exact same treatment, mainly because I have terrible luck and I don't know, the entire ladder will just fall off or something.
Speaking of a ladder falling off, I was at this abandoned mine. This was a vertical shaft mine, which means that basically, most of the mines are on, a slope. They slope down. This was a vertical shaft mine, so it goes straight down. So they had this 153-foot tall head frame that was built over it.
What?
So yes, because it's a vertical shaft. You would send the carts and shit like that down vertically. So you would have to have something to send it down on. So it was this big head frame. So I was climbing to the very top of this thing, and I was about 6 or 7 steps down, and climbing up this head frame. I mean, it's almost straight up like a ladder. I was about 140 something feet. I was 6 or 7 steps from reaching the top where the 2 bull wheels are that had the cable
Right.
that would go straight down, and it fell.
Did you shit a little bit?
I almost fell 153, 140 feet.
You'd have been all right. You're savage.
But what I did is when it gave through, I was able to quickly think and grab and brace myself. And then I was like, oh shit. Because I was filming at the time.
Oh, snap.
I was filming at the time.
I'd have been dead.
And so I mean it was crazy. But regained myself, made it to the top. Told the buddy that was following me, hey, there's a couple of loose steps. This one up here fell. Got to be careful. But yeah, man, you should definitely come out one day.
I want to. I want to do it. Let's do it.
We can hell, bring your GoPro. We can film. You can throw
I do
it up
have a
on the
GoPro.
Yeah.
I have that camera. I've never used it
Let's use it.
with the boom mic and everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not using that in the bedroom, come use it.
Well,
for some Urbex.
that's a side business.
Gotcha. Well, I hear that business is
Business is a booming.
well,
I'm just kidding.
Not with the coronavirus. From everything
Yeah,
I've seen,
a
it's
little
shutting
bit. Well,
down.
no, we just throw a mask on, dude. It's like a fetish now.
Yeah.
No, but so like I said, This is going to be a 2-day in a row.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be back here again tomorrow, guys.
We got Chris will be here.
Chris Emmerke. Palladino, you coming?
Is Dino coming?
You coming?
It's Sammy Shepard's
watching?
coming.
Oh,
And
Shep's coming?
Shep's coming.
What? No way.
Roy D. Mercer will be
Hey,
here.
Shep, you better bring some pizza.
There's it.
Yeah, dude. If you don't bring Pizza
some
Hut,
pizza, or we're not going to open the door.
hell no.
No. It's not gonna
This
happen.
is R.D. Mercer.
So is that not bad?
It's not bad. You know,
Yeah. We're getting good.
what
I got the burn. Everyone,
What? I didn't like where that was going, so I ended it. I see my time's up. I'm done. I'm Joe Biden.
Yeah. How long have we been going?
And I'm gonna do the. My time's up.
We've gone at this for how long? An hour and a half?
Yeah.
Damn. So tomorrow, what do you want to talk about tomorrow?
We're gonna get everyone's take. It's gonna be
Corona.
crosstalk. It's gonna be chaos.
Okay,
It's gonna be a
okay.
shit show.
Good,
It's gonna
good.
be fun.
So tune in tomorrow. What time? What time?
What time? It's gonna take a while to set all this shit up. So
Okay.
I'd say probably back 8, what we used to do.
Okay.
back
okay.
in the day.
All right. Sounds good.
My domain.
Damn.
I'm not re-upping on my domain as Almost Legal Podcast. It runs up in 58 days, ladies and gentlemen. That means I will be rebranding. That means I will need a new name. That means I will need a new identity. That means I need your help. I need your help. I will have a studio. I will be having better access to certain locations and guests here at the end of this month.
Bitch,
So,
you are not going to find a better guest than me.
not better guest. Well, you're my only guest I've had for a while. That's what I meant to say.
Okay,
It just sounds better to say better guest.
Well, but I mean, yeah,
You know, it's like saying, "Oh,
that hurts my feelings, man.
better good friends," and then you're like, "Oh, really? I just have no friends."
But you're not supposed to have friends. You're supposed
Yeah.
to. Social,
Social distancing.
yes.
Yeah,
Damn, we have been going for an hour and 40 minutes, guys.
it flies by, man.
If you guys have been listening to this entire thing,
Some people have. We've stayed
you
consistent. Whoa, I just realized
are-
I'm not even. Hold on. You are what?
stupid.
Why are you stupid?
There's no way in hell I'd watch this for an hour and 40 minutes.
Why not?
Well, actually, I probably would. Because guess
did I
what?
just do?
You cannot leave the house. You have to do something.
Yeah,
So why not follow Underground Birmingham on Facebook, Instagram, and that's all I've got. I don't have the Twitter because I can't keep up with all that shit.
I have Twitter to. Never mind. I can't say that. To illegally watch stuff.
And I would
That's it.
say follow YouTube. I also have a YouTube that I neglect. but
Technically, I use YouTube, but I never.
I'm monetized on Facebook, so I have it creates money that way. I would love to start doing everything on YouTube as well.
I'll share a link.
Yeah, share a link.
I'll share it with the post.
Share it. Underground Birmingham. So we got over 26,000 followers, and we put out some pretty good content. We try to keep it industrial. We try to keep it mine related for the most part, but we do stray off quite often. And like the last post that I put up there was of a skeleton that I found, a human skeleton in an abandoned Birmingham school. Now, before 2008, the India and China, that it was okay to trade body parts, and you would die. So me as a family, hey, I'm going to give your body to the U.S. or whoever for $500. So they were actually
$20, man.
yeah. I mean so they were taught using a real human skeleton, but now when the 2008 Olympics started, China wanted to better their reputation, so it was banned. So this human skeleton was before the 2008 Olympics. Very cool to see. It was a very incredible find. Because now all you see in schools are the plastic anatomy models. You don't see the real shit anymore.
I never took anatomy.
You didn't? You should. Could be why you're single.
That's exactly.
Might be putting it in the wrong spot.
That's exactly why.
It's my belly button, Josh.
What's that?
Got a big belly button.
I just explore. I just take
Yeah.
it one step at a time.
Right. So who
This is it. We're closing it out.
that's right.
We're-
Kobe did not make these excuses.
People are
That's
branching
exactly
off.
what I said.
Until here we
Tomorrow.
go. So tomorrow we're gonna have a large group. We're gonna be talking about all kinds of crazy shit. I want y'all to comment. I will post a topics thing, I want y'all to tell me everything you want me to talk about. And if you want me to wear these sick-ass glasses.
I want you to wear.
All right, dude. So we got Underground Railroad. I will send you a link with this
It is
post.
not Underground Railroad. It is Underground Birmingham.
Underground.
Underground.
I was
I
gonna
know,
fix
I know.
it. I was gonna fix it. Underground Birmingham. He's been on episode number 49. If you want to find
Check it
out
out,
more
check it
about
out.
it, that's highly detailed, and
Yeah, Jeff Newman, the other half of Underground.
the other
Birmingham,
half
on
was
that.
there, and that's in the
He's the older
old
half.
studio.
Yes.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, check it out. If
And
you
then
know,
tomorrow,
don't-
check
I
it
don't
out.
care.
We'll have some umpires here. We got this guy. He's a coach. Yeah, we'll be talking kind of what we're talking about today. We're getting to other people's perspective. And if y'all want to chime in, I might have the.
could you get the phone lines working?
I think I could. I haven't tried.
That would be amazing.
Y'all can call in. Y'all want to call in? Y'all want to do that?
Call in. Put
I
the
don't know if
number.
I have time to do it. I got to find it. I think it's. Hold on.
I mean, I'll throw my number up there. You know, they can call me.
I have a call in number.
Okay.
I gotta find it. Hold my beer. I know. I don't. You know what? Just look. If you're still here, just watch. All right. Calm down.
Yeah. No, that's,
I know
This
this
is
is
where
the important part where I this is my closing statements. I'm supposed to grab you with what's a call to action? That's what it's called. Yeah.
so if you were on the Democratic stage right now, what would it be?
I'd say time was up. I was the vice president under Obama, so I'm gonna do what he did.
And I want to give you everything and suck your blood.
Dracula. What was I doing? Oh yeah, getting the.
Getting the phone
See if I
number.
still have it. Basically, that's main moral of the story. That's what I was just saying.
So guys, don't
yeah, I got it.
don't hate us.
They don't hate us.
Politics. I mean, you know, politics. It's just it's nasty.
No, it's not. What's the two things you're
Um,
not supposed to bring up at a bar? Politics and religion. You know what I exclusively bring up at the bar? Politics and religion.
Okay.
Because I like to enlighten people, and people that they get so emotionally invested in candidates. They don't actually know. They know what they say. They know what they
Agreed.
do, but you don't know what the hell they actually stand
That's
for.
why I am an independent. I think freely for myself.
Amen. That's all you can do. So that's what I don't understand. I never even got to that point. This is the last point, and then I'm going to play the Hairy Leg song, and we're going to get out of here. I brought up the fact that they left no stone unturned on this impeachment shit, and all they
Right.
had was this weak-ass phone call.
Yeah.
When there is literally war crimes being committed. I'm not saying Trump is innocent or squeaky clean, but I'm saying he's committing war crimes in Yemen, killing people and stealing shit, and they don't even bring it up. And I'm just a guy in Chelsea, Alabama, with a computer.
Don't give your location, man. You might be dead tomorrow.
Where are you in Chelsea at?
That's a sea hat.
I don't, dude.
That's
If
a
they wanted to
C.
find me,
It
they
could
know
be
where to find me.
Connecticut.
I'm in Chelsea. Lick my butthole.
Oh, they know where you are. That's why they've been shadow banning your ass.
That's a good point. But seriously, if they wanted to impeach him, why grab that when that's public knowledge? Why? Because they're probably profiting from it as well somehow.
Why
so
not sprinkle some coronavirus in his food?
yeah, it reminds me of Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle. Yep.
He's like, I live in a nice. It's not that nice, but they never believe I live in there. I call the cops and be like, oh, you're still here.
Sprinkle some crack.
Hey, no paperwork. Sprinkle some crack on them. Get the hell out of here. All right, guys. Listen
Until
to this.
tomorrow.
Listen to this shit, and then we're gonna. I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right.
Later.
Listen to it.
And it is time for a president who
I got hairy legs.
I'm best equipped to beat Donald Trump. That's what your poll said.
Vice President Biden, why are you a better choice than your opponents?
I got hairy legs. Hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. In the sun. Come rub my legs. From the morning until the day's done. Till the day's done. We are at the end here. I got hairy legs. Yeah, that's right. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I got hairy legs. Yeah, man. Watch the hair come back up again. I'm the guy with the best chance to win.
Time is up. Thank
It's
you.
only 66, not up yet.
Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys, a bad crew.
Yes, sir.
I really was the only white guy that really knew. He said, I'll meet you outside. And I said, what am I going to do? Corn Pop,
can't stop. Corn Poppy won't stop. Yeah.
That's fine, thank you.
So I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women whores, gays, to lesbians. You could release women from those agreements immediately.
Maybe they didn't like the joke I told.
Are you willing to release them?
Release them. These agreements were made consensually.
I'm the only person on this stage that's
Got hairy legs. Hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
We got other issues we're trying to get
Here's
to.
the last point I want. I mean, my time's going to run out. Here's the last point I want to make to you.
I got hairy legs.
We are a country where there are too many people that are obese.
I am scared.
Vice President Biden, I want to start with you. Why should anyone have faith that you're the one who can get this done now?
Because I'm the only one that...
Stop.
Let's talk about math.
Let's talk about math. Okay, so here's the math.
Coldplay is the best band.
Can I respond to the... Why am I stopping? No one else stops.
Okay.
Joe said it right. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Look, I think it's important that on day one, I have more hair than anyone else.
I got hairy legs. I don't care. Yeah, that's right. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I was a pretty darn good lifeguard. I learned a lot.
We let this get out of control.
Lived out in Mayfield with my grandpa. We used to play basketball with a corn pop. And he sank every single shot. Corn Poppy can't stop. Corn Poppy won't stop. Yeah, Corn Poppy sank every shot.
Time is up. Thank you.
I'm not out of time. You spoke over time, and I'm going to talk. Here's the deal.
I got hairy legs. On the 5-20-20. Everybody vote if you can. For your favorite woman on.
All right. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Josh, for coming on. I'll see you as well.
Sounds good. See you guys.